Good evening, everyone. Thanks for connecting with Adhyapana.
Good evening, madam.
Before I start the session, I would like to give you a small introduction about Adhyapana. Adhyapana is an institute with an objective of enhancing personal excellence among the stakeholders. The term Adhyapana means to facilitate learning. The main focus of the organization is to enable its clients with the holistic development tools through which they are rooted on the pathway of excellence. While our clients can be individuals or organizations, we at Adhyapana emphasize on the wholesome value addition for the future endeavors of all our stakeholders. We give a lot of services towards the development of individual groups and the institutes. For organizations, we give quality management training, interpersonal skills, leaderships, corporate communications. Academic institutions, we support them for quality enhancement, training and consulting. Research trainings, employability skills, IPRs, entrepreneurship development, and publications. For individuals, we support in terms of vocational training, entrepreneurship development training, employability skills for the students. And also with this, we also have the CSR activities in terms of rural development, educating the senior citizens and also the underprivileged sector of the society. So we have been associated with a lot of organizations so far. Few in Punjab, few in Karnataka, few in Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. And we are also extending our services towards Northeast India now. We have with us Dr. S. Vasundhara. Before I give a small introduction about ma'am, I'll talk about today's session. Last year, from the time pandemic initiated, there were a lot of differences in our regular teaching learning process. In fact, we as a faculty, we had to learn a lot of tools for taking the online classes and be connected with the students and help them for their learning. One of the tools which was identified is Moodle. Moodle is a learning software system, learning management system, where it will help you for a lot of your teaching process. So coming back to our resource person for the day, Dr. Vasundhara, Dr. S. Vasundhara, Madam has completed her BSc in Mathematics, Physics and Chemistry from Andhra University. She has completed her MSc in Mathematics from Andhra University and Doctor of Philosophy from Osmania University, Hyderabad. Madam has a strong research instinct. She has published 13 papers in international journals and national journals with Scopus Index. And she has presented several papers in national and international journals. Presented several papers in national and international platforms. And she has won the award ISTE Srinivas Ramanujan National Award and zonal level second prize. And she's been awarded the Motivated Learner from NPTEL Women Research Award 2020. And Madam has been a resource person for online MOOCs course conducted by Department of Pharmacy, Government Polytechnic, Jalgaon. She is also a life member of APSMS, Andhra Pradesh, that is Society for Mathematical Sciences, Indian Science Congress, Cryptology Research Society of India. Madam knows a lot of languages, few to mention: English, Kannada, Hindi, and Sanskrit. Madam belongs to the GNS IT, Hyderabad. So, Madam, I am sorry if I have left out some introduction about you. And we have with us Dr. Vasundhara. Ma'am, over to you. I have made you host. You can take over the session.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Is it audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible. Can you
Yes,
on
ma'am.
your video so that
Yeah.
people can see you for a while? If you have some network issues, you can then later close on.
Yes, ma'am. No issue about that. So, good evening, all of you. First of all, I thank Dr. Maya Salvit, madam, for giving me this opportunity with the speaker of today's session to share my knowledge with you. Myself, Dr. S. Vasundhara, Assistant Professor of Mathematics, G. Narayanamma Institute of Science and Technology, Hyderabad. Okay, fine. So during this COVID crisis, we, the teachers fraternity, facing a lot of problems to teach the students in better way. As an outset, I am thinking in my personal purview, I think it is everybody's opinion that it gives a better opportunity to explore new online methods to give a new platform or give the better education for the students. Now, 1 second, I'll share my screen, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So, first we will discuss about what is the importance of online education in our day-to-day life. So nowadays, this online education becoming uh, like it's essential for us because this COVID crisis, we don't know when it will complete and when we are our regular college mode education and all. So some experts are saying that education as it provides new opportunities for traditional learning. This online education in India has seen a rapid progress in the recent times, making it one of the most discussed subjects in the education domain. It has taken away all the major responsibilities. What type of responsibilities like the classroom-based education? This has taken away the more responsibilities like location, accessibility, and cost. So millions of students in India every time moving to other countries for better education as well as opportunities. If these students are sitting at their home and they would get the same education or employability, so why these students are spending thousands of dollars traveling and studying abroad? This online education has brought a revolution in the way the education is delivered. Now, in online education in India, if you want to see the statistical analysis, apart from that US, the second highest country which is enrolling the online courses, like almost 1,55,000 students are enrolling that online education. So every debate has its own like positive and negative. At the same way here also, even this online education is progressing like anything, but it cannot be substitute to a classroom learning. So the best part of this online education is to learn the things enthusiastic about these concepts. They want to prove their skills and capabilities while learning in an advanced and interactive environment. This has taken away the geographical and financial barriers for receiving the quality of education, and this online education, if they are staying at home, comfortable zone, They need to update their existing advancements and technology, and the quality of the education and overall learning experience will be tremendous important with online education. So here we go with a platform which is known as the Moodle. This is known as the acronym for Moodle is Modular Object Oriented Developing Learning Environment. Today in my talk, just I will discuss about what is this in Moodle, which is the best platform for online learning management system. We can create the course in this Moodle platform, and after creating the course, we can develop the content, developing the materials. We can enroll the students as well as awarding the badges and the certificates for the students. So when or where to use this Moodle? Simply, I already discussed that we have that idea about the online education. This is blended learning. This is a good platform for blended learning as well as the flipped classroom. Generally, in the traditional teaching method, what is happening? The people or the students comes to the educational institute and they will learn the things or they will take the things, whatever the teacher can give. After going home, they will do some homework. Again, they'll come back with the things what they already learned. The same thing will happen here, but in this blended learning, simply it will replace the traditional learning. They have to sit at home. They can comfortably do the things by some online videos or some puzzles, and they can discuss with the friends. They can come with some knowledge. So this is the blended learning, means not completely having online learning or only the traditional learning. It should be the combine of these two, like classroom training as well as e-learning. If the teacher will give some homework part of thing, they will explore the things by discussing with the friends, or they can do the things with the searching from the online material. They come group, they can have that activity based on TPS. They can think, pair, and share their knowledge before coming to the class. Similarly, in the flipped classroom also is the type of blended learning where the students are introduced to content at home. They need to learn something at home and practice the things. Once they come to the college, they will interpret the things. This is the reverse of the more what we are having during the traditional teaching. So here we can go with the traditional thing. Lecturer will be there, students will listen, they will interpret the thing once the examination or they can take the task. Whereas in flipped classroom, the students can complete that activity and they will interpret in the classroom. So what is the difference between main flipped and traditional learning? Similarly, like in flipped classroom, what happened? Teacher instructs the lesson at home. They can watch the material by video or podcasts or books or websites. Once they completed the things by gaining the knowledge, they'll interpret the things in the college or the educational institute. Whereas in traditional thing, the teacher will instruct, the student will take a notes, the students will follow the guidelines and they'll follow the homework. After once the teacher gives some assessment or some assignment, they have to complete the homework. So this Moodle is a learning platform designed for educators or administrators or learners with a single robust, secure and integrated system to create personalized learning environment. Now today we will discuss about how to register our account, how to register a course in Moodle Cloud site. Once we are going to the site of moodlecloud.com, these type of things will be there. Just we'll go for www.moodlecloud.com. Then it will ask about whether you want to create an account or you want to add a course for over a period of time, like 1 month or 2 months. If you want to create a course for complete year, like long year, 1 year course, if you want to add, it will not be a free version. They have to go for a plan of, if it is the free trial. You are not supposed to pay any money. Depends on the period of time. You can have the corresponding money you should pay. Then we will go for registering your site. Suppose you are going to open an account in Moodle site. If you are going for a free version, free trial version, there it should be like a 15 days period or 1 month period only there. Once your 1 month period of free trial version is completed, you are not supposed to access the course. What you have to develop the content in the particular course. Suppose once you want to add a course, before that you need to have an account in that. While creating an account in that, they'll ask about, okay, I am 18 years old and I agree the conditions what are given by the Moodle platform. Once you want to click all those things, and you will have to create your details like name, email address, mobile, and what's your country, etc. Once your registration is completed, like your registration in the sense you want to create a site in the Moodle Cloud. Before that, you want to create an account in that Moodle Cloud with your registered Gmail account. So once your registration is completed, you'll get a confirmation mail for your mail account. Then click on the link. Then what happened? Once you click on the link, your Moodle site is ready. If you want to create a course in that particular Moodle site, suppose you are related to a background of mathematics and you are adding a course related to mathematical methods, or you want to add a course on differential equations. For example, your background is related to computer science. You want to add a course on data analytics or data mining, whatever it may be, your site should be in the form of the course what you want to add in the site .moodlecloud.com. For example, my basic thing is mathematics. So if I want to add a course, my course name should be in the form of mathematical methods.moodlecloud.com. Suppose yours is English, you want to teach grammar part, or you want to teach English for engineering students, whatever the site name you want to do, that's your option .moodlecloud.com. So once your site is registered and you got a confirmation mail, then your account is created and your site is up to date for adding the course, adding the participants, everything. Now we have one more site here. I showed one more site here, maths3.genomio.com. See, come to here, this Genomio is also a good learning platform, whereas compared to this Moodle Cloud, initially we discussed that this Moodle Cloud site is only up to 15 days or 1 month only we have the free trial version. If you want to extend the course after 1 month, or you are not periodically checking the course, the site may disappear. You are not supposed to access your course because our free trial version is expired. So not every time you are supposed to spend much money to create the courses and all. Again, we have one more platform which is same as Moodle. This is genomio.com. Moodle.genomio.com. Same what we discussed earlier, how to create an account, how to create a site, etc. This is also a learning platform, Moodle.genomio.com. So what is the difference between this moodlecloud.com and genomio.com? Whereas in the case of this Genomio site, if we have the features to access in Moodle Cloud, only some features are accessible during the free trial version in Moodle Cloud. If you want to access more features in Moodle Cloud, that free trial version is not possible. The same thing we can get in genomio.com, even it is a completely free and it is not expires like 1 month after, 2 months after. You need to check periodically our site is alive or not. Just like that, after 1 month or after 2 months, if you want to check randomly, our site is there or not. If you that is there, you can add more courses on the same site, and it is having more features also, and it is completely free version only. That's why I created one more site, the same maths3.genomio.com. So mathematical methods.moodlecloud.com, whatever our course .moodlecloud.com. Here also, whatever our course .genomio.com. So if your course is, your site is ready, then you can go for adding the course. Similarly, once you are adding the course, adding the related material, adding some assignments, adding some badges. Suppose some students are doing well and they are doing the task before the given time. For them, you can give some reinforcement by adding some badges. After the course is completed, you can go with adding some simple certificate also. It will give some reinforcement for the students as well as encouraging them for online education. So once your course is completed or once your course is added in the particular site, these are all the things we can add on, adding the activities, adding the material, adding the resources. Sometimes we want to have a discussion with the students, then we can put a Zoom meeting like we are now. We can put a Zoom meeting, we can see the difficulties, how they are facing, is there any problem with them. We can have a Zoom meeting also. So not every time they are busy with taking the course, completing the tasks in the stipulated time and all. We can have some simple games also, some puzzles we can add in that related to our academics only, so that it can give the encouragement or interest to the students. Okay. Okay, just we will go with our hands-on session for this one. These are all the screenshots I have taken. Once you just go through the things, again we will go for hands-on session. So after your site is completed, you have to give that username as your admin, password you need to give. Once your username and password is there, directly it will goes to your site like maths3.genomio.com or english.genomio.com, dataanalytics.genomio.com. Like that, you can give your name related to the subject. If the course is visible to you, there in the left side, we have that home, dashboard, calendar, private files, my course, etc. Therefore, you are going to your my course, adding the course, then always while adding the activities in the course, you can go for turn editing. Once your option is in the turn editing, then only you can add the activities, or you can add the material, resources, videos, PPTs, assignments, adding badges, adding certificates. These are all the things happens once your course is added, and you should be in the turn editing on. Okay. Now, suppose you added the course, you added all the material, you added the assignments, quizzes, everything, but without the student, this is not possible. If the students are enrolling there, then only the students can access the course, they will study, they can complete the task within the time. Some students, they are really, good in completing the task before the time. For them, we are encouraging by motivating, awarding simple badges. If they completed the course in the time, we will add some certificates like this. So to enroll the students in the Moodle, it is having two ways. We can enroll the students in manually, or we can do the thing by self-enrollment. So enroll the students in manually means everybody's mail ID and their name, what is the course they want to take. Like that, we can give one by one. Self-enrollment means if our site is ready, in our site administration, I'll show you a couple of minutes later. If the students, they need to enroll themselves, self-enrollment, go to the site administration, we can active the plugins, enabling the plugin so that the students can enroll themselves. Once the students are enrolling and they are completing the task before the time, we can give adding badges or adding certificates so that they can have some interest about the corresponding learning things. Okay. So now we will go for hands-on session. Till now you have any doubt? Madam, can we go to the hands-on
Yes,
session?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Yeah.
We'll
thank you,
take
ma'am.
up questions in the end.
Okay.
We are not able to hear you.
Hello, hello, madam. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, ma'am, you are
So-
audible.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So once your course is added, it will ask about add a new course also. In the same site, you can add number of courses. If you want to add one course in a particular semester, another course in another semester, at the same time, in the suppose in first semester you are adding numerical methods, in second semester you are adding, for example, probability and statistics. In that respective course, whatever the course you are adding, the concerned students are enrolled only. So they need to access the particular course only. For which course you are enrolling the students, specifically the students are going to access that course. Not even we are having 10 courses in the same site also, not everybody can be accessed. The people who are enrolling for that particular course, they need to access the course. Suppose I need to go with the course numerical methods. Okay. Now you should be in the turn editing on. Suppose in this numerical methods, I need to divide the course into 4 topics. I need to divide my course into 4 topics. Say the first topic is related to solving the some equations using some different methods. Suppose say my first topic is related to bisection method. Once you are having this turn editing on, if it is in the turn editing on, then only this pop-up button of adding the activity or resource will be appear. Suppose add an activity or resource. Now it will ask you about what type of activity you need to add or what type of resource you need to add. Suppose I need to add some book, for example. I need to add some book. It is asking here, adding a new book. What is that you are adding in the respective topic? Suppose I need to write here numerical methods. Numerical methods. Okay. Numerical methods. Now, here we need to write some description about what is this numerical methods. Simply we can say that this is the method we are applying for finding the solution or roots about some concepts related to algebraic equations or complexity in the transcendental equation. Like that, we need to write some description about what you are having the heading here. Okay, once you are writing the description here, it is asking here appearance. So numbers are bullets are here, no need of changing anything. Simply you can say none only. Size of the style of navigation, images, common module setting, show on course page, ID number. If you want to create ID number, something like ABC123. No need of all those things. Simply restrict access, add restriction. No need to do. Activity completion. Suppose you are asking them to complete the particular activity. You want to give some time. So before 2 days, you should complete the activity. Like you can give the corresponding instructions, then save and return to the course. Whatever the activity you are writing there, go to save and return to the course. Now it is here appearing. If the students are enrolling, immediately these are all the things will be appeared. For example, I'll show you bisection method. What is my first topic? I added some image here. What is meant by this bisection method? Simply this is the root finding method which gives a root between two opposite signs. Then accordingly, you can go with adding the activity or adding the resource or adding assignments, adding some feedback. For example, we will go for quiz. While going to the quiz here, suppose you want to go with adding the values. I already have see activity on resource. Once you are having turn editing on, go to the add activity or resource. Okay, add activity or resource. Same, it will ask about here what you need to add. Feedback, a file, a folder, a quiz like this. Suppose you want to add some quiz. Again in the quiz, you should go for whether that quiz is related to multiple choice questions or the quiz is related to mix and match, drag and drop, one word answer, numerical. Suppose I am saying that here name of the quiz is quiz 2. See here bisection method, one of the most first numerical method developed to find the root of a non-linear. Whatever the description you need to add here. Grading, timing also you can mention it when you are giving this quiz and when you are supposed to complete the quiz. If you want to enable here, if you're not changing anything, your pop-up buttons are disabled only. If you want to change enabling, then only see open the quiz 19th June 2021 by 18:28, 6:28. When you want to close the quiz, again you do the enable. Suppose I'm saying that they need to complete the quiz by 20th June, same time, 1 hour I'm giving. So time limit, enable. How much time they need to spend here? Just minutes. I can say here 10 minutes to complete the quiz. And once attempts are submitted automatically, what is here asking? When time expires, open attempts are submitted automatically. There is a grace period when open attempts can be submitted, but no more questions answered. So whatever the option you need to do, you can put that option. And grading also, if the completion is over, you can grade them. Grade to pass, minimum pass mark you are providing. These are all the instructions, or these are all the settings we need to give. The once the course is added, quizzes are given, attempts unlimited. No, you can give at least 2 or 3 attempts. Highest grade is the grading method, or average grade you want to give, or only the one attempt. Anything you can give the instruction. Then layout. This is every question you can answer. You can give any of the question behavior. You can say yes, shuffle with the questions. Suppose you are having all the 5 questions, maybe there is a chance of the students can send their answers to the friends also. That is why for the same question will be not repeats for the other. There you can put a chance of shuffling with questions. If you are not shuffling the questions, all the questions are the APS5, the same for the other person also. If S is there, then there is a chance of less malpractice. How questions behave? These are all the review options. Just go them. If any of the thing you are interested, enable the corresponding thing, then go save and return to the course. That means your quiz is created there, but we didn't add any question. Simply we created a quiz. Now our aim is we need to add the corresponding questions in the quiz. What type of questions we need to add? Like multiple choice questions, long answer, short answer, mix and match. Like we will go there. Simply edit the quiz. Just go there and edit the quiz here, because we didn't add any question there. Edit the quiz. While editing the quiz, you can add questions, no, or from a question bank. Suppose add a new question, then it will ask about what type of question you need to add: true, false, matching, a short answer, numerical, essay. These are all, once you are clicking the type of question, this pop-up window appears immediately. In this pop-up window, the radial buttons are here. You need to add what type of question for the quiz. Multiple choice. For example, I'm saying that you need to go for true false question. Then, okay. Again, you can go with true false question and save. You can have the save here. Add. See here, true false question, add. Now see what type of thing here it will comes. Already in numerical methods, this is the category 5 question name. Simply you can say that, say the question name is 1.1. Suppose I am giving. What is the question text here? For example, I am saying that bisection method is converges linear. Suppose this is my question. Bisection method is converges linear. True or false? Because I already added true false question. So default mark is 1. Now correct answer is true. Bisection method converges linear is true. So correct answer is 2. Okay, true. Because it is only one option of true or false. That is why only whatever the answer is correct, that should be appeared here. Then save changes. So, okay, your first question is ready. At least you should add some 3 to 4 questions. Again, you need to add a new question. Now we will go for multiple choice question. For example, now default, this is question 6. For example, say the question name is 1.2 and what is the question text? Suppose I am giving f of x is equal to suppose 2x plus 3. Okay, and the root is between, we need to find the root of the corresponding equation by using bisection method. Okay, one or multiple answers, because for one question, even though you are giving multiple choice question, only one answer is correct, so one answer is given. And how many choices you need to give? Like suppose you are giving 3 choices or 4 choices, the choices should be in the form of 1 2 3 4 or ABC, capital ABC, anything you can give. Suppose if I'm giving like 1 2 3 etc., the first choice is, say suppose the value is 1.234. Okay, now if the answer is correct, now you will give 100 point to that. Suppose your answer is correct, you can go with, because my question is here, actually I have given, simply you give like this, f of x is equal to 0. F of x is equal to 0. So, okay, simply the value should be, say the answer is 1. Now the grade should be 100%. Just assume like that. First answer is correct. First answer is correct. Say the grading is 1. Suppose your second answer is say maybe 2.3, which is not a correct answer. Then you can give none is our answer. And choice 3 also, suppose give some value 3.4, which is not our correct answer. You give none. If you are giving this multiple choice question for only 3 conditions, like which one is correct answer, no need of the all remaining. Then save changes. This is your second question. Like that, you can add the new question. Suppose in your course, you already added some questions. You can say that add the question from the question bank. No need of adding every time a question. If you have particularly some question bank you already added, then you will say that add a question bank. Then the say adding the question bank. Suppose I already added yesterday some questions. You can take some questions from this question bank, add selected questions to the quiz. See, yesterday I added some 5 questions, but I'm taking today randomly this from 5 questions. Only have taken 3 questions, add selected questions to this quiz. Now, no need of adding every time the question. So in this new quiz, we have 5 questions. Therefore, this is about adding the quiz to the corresponding course. Similarly, if you want to come for adding the participants, because your course is ready, you are adding the material, you need to go for how to add the students. One second. See, in my course, what are the things I added here? Just I added what is the content for the first topic. I added bisection method. Just I gave some introduction part, and I added some material related to some URL I added. Suppose they need to go for some extra content to study. I added some material from NPTEL or any other online material. Simply we can add the URL. I added some assignment, added some quiz, added some that numerical method. The same thing we can go for remaining topics also. For example, this numerical methods is having 4 topics. Like first topic is bisection method, second topic is some other method. Like if you are dividing 4 topics, you can add any number of topics. It's not compulsion that only 4. Generally, we are having 4 units or 5 units. Accordingly, before adding the content to the topic, you can first select how many topics we need to add to the course. Once your topic division is completed, in the first topic, what are the contents you need to add? Better for every topic, these are all the things you can add. What is the resource material apart from you are adding, and what is the for every topic you can add 1 or 2 quizzes like objective type questions as well as the descriptive assignment. And for every topic, you can add some feedback. Similarly, the corresponding book they need to refer and adding some badges also. The same thing you can go for the rest of the topics also. Every time it should be possible. Only the turn editing on mode is possible. If your editing mode is in turn on, then only like this window appears, like add an activity or resource. If you want to add an activity like assignment, quiz, adding some file, some PPT, some Word document, anything. Resources in the sense you can add some video lectures from other highest professionals from IITs or NPTEL videos or Coursera, you can add accordingly. Once for every topic you completed the same criteria, then go for adding the participants and adding the badges also. To go for adding the participants, in our left side, apart from this course, site administration is there. in this site administration, go for plugins. This is very, very important. In this plugins, it will show manage activities. In this manage activities, not every time this blue color eye is visible. Sometimes this blue color eye is disabled also, like some cross mark is there. In this plugins, whichever content is in I is disabled, just click on that so that it can be enabled. If that enabled content is there, then only you can add an activity or resources. Add an activity or resource. Suppose here all the eyes, all the blue eyes are like in enable mode only. Suppose if I am chart is if I am disabling, then in your activity adding the resource, you are not supposed to possible to add the assignment. Suppose you are having the same, click on that. Your blue eye window is enabled. Then only you can have the option of adding the activity or resources. Simply whatever the plugin you need to add, just go to the site administration, go to the plugins, manage the activities. Once you are clicking this manage the activities, what are all the things here options are visible, whichever activity you need to enable, that blue eye should be in the cross mark. Just click on it, should be in the enable mode only. Okay, this is about adding the plugins. Now come for adding the participants.
Ma'am, you are muted.
Okay, yes, ma'am. So the site home is there. You have the site administration, like adding all the plugins and required activities and resources. Our main thing is to add the participants to our course. Here, this is not visible to everyone. If only this content can be accessible by manually adding for the students or self-enrollment, just go to here. Then we need participants, no? Go for participants. Then it will ask about here, enroll users, how to enroll them. It will ask about here, enroll methods. Once you are going to participants, here it is showing that enroll users. What is your enrollment method? Whether you need to enroll the students by manually or by self-enrollment. Now here self-enrollment, here this blue color eye is disabled. See here the color eye is having some cross mark. That means what? Self-enrollment is not possible. Only manual enrollment is there. Suppose you want to enable the pop-up, like if I'm saying that it can be possible for them for self-enrollment. If you are clicking this blue color icon, now self-enrollment is also possible. Therefore, go to your course here. See, site administration. Go for your course, site administration. Then users. Here you go users, then self. You can just click self. Then it will ask about you are adding them self-enrollment. Here this blue color eye is enabled. Now save and display. Save changes. Then see your course is now in like this mode. See here, previously it is not arrow mark is opened, only like this. Now this arrow mark is open. That means what? For this course, self-enrollment is possible. If you want to click on that icon, then it will ask about self-enrollment. You should give the details of your name, your Gmail account, everything. Once you are giving the details, that mail comes to your details comes to your mail ID. Okay, you are enrolled for the particular course teaching by particular teacher. So just click on that respective site, you are access to the course. That is about the self-enrollment. If you want to add the participants by manually, you can take a CSV file of the name of the student, the respective mail ID of the students. You can take the CSV file, complete file should be uploaded directly. That is about enrolling the students manually as well as enrolling the students self. Okay, our site is ready, our participants are ready. Now our course is also there. If you want to add badges to the students, those who are completing, suppose announcement is there, just go to that announcement, add an activity. What is that activity you need to go? For example, in that announcement, you are giving some badge to the particular student, those who are completing before the task, before the stipulated time. Go for add a new badge. How to add a new badge here? Simply, you can put a name of some best performer during the task. Best performer during the task. Version, no need of this. Description, you can write the students who completed. The students who completes, who will complete the task. Who will complete the task. Completes the task before the time. Before the time been awarded this badge. Suppose you are giving an instruction of the students who will complete the task before the time can be awarded this badge. Then choose a file. So before going to add this one, you can put a some PNG mode, some badge mode. Like you can go to the Moodle site and take a badge, and it should be in your file only. You can upload this file from your device. Upload a file, choose file. Suppose I already added some. Suppose this is the badge I'm adding. Then upload this file. Now your badge PNG is there. Then create a badge. Created this badge, endorsement, related badges, alignment, etc. This is the badge given for the best performer. Once your this course everything is completed, you can go giving some certificate to the students also. Here in this plugin, that sample certificate is not available because this is the site not yet registered. Yesterday only I created this the site for the sake of today's class. If that site is registered, then so many features are appeared in the plugin. Then you can add a simple certificate also for after completing this particular course. Once the course is completed, how to award the sample certificate for the students? You can have a simple slide of writing some sample certificate using the text image. You can give some instructions like this is the certificate is awarded for the students, and this course is starting from particular date to particular date, and they completed the course with some percentage. Whatever the instructions you are writing, all the things can be put in a one slide. That slide can be uploaded with a text image. It should be in the form of the square brackets only. This is the certificate will display once the course is completed by all the students. Course in the sense not only this particular topic, all the 4 topics can be completed. In every topic, if you are giving some instruction, like what is the minimum criteria of the students to complete the activity or to obtain the respective certificate, minimum grade criteria are at least 50% or 75%, like that you need to give some instructions before completing the course. Then the certificate can be awarded the students, those who are finished the task in the stipulated time. So we can have a very good platform of this numeric, this Moodle site. And this Genomia site is having very good applications like if you want to randomly check the site, here we didn't pay even a single penny. Simply you need to check your site is alive or not periodically, like twice in a month or thrice in a month. You can check and you can add the course as well as adding the participants, different types of participants and different mode of enrolling the users. This is very good platform for online learning. So with this, I'm winding, like, is there any doubt in any of the thing? Same way
Good
you can
evening.
add. Yeah, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I have only one doubt, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yes.
how to invite the students, ma'am, for our site? And
That's
also,
what,
who
ma'am.
will be our students, ma'am, actually?
The students, see, who are the participants? I think you are asking, no? The participants are students only. Sometimes we can add some, suppose here we can have the, you suppose, see here, I'll show you one thing. If you want to use the enrollment method, suppose I want to enroll manually. Suppose enroll manually, save changes. Then go for users. Manual enrollment. In this manual enrollment, default some, suppose you are adding the course, some students and some your colleagues also you are adding them. Suppose 2-3 teachers are creating the course for the sake of 2-3 sections. You can add some teachers also here. Manual enrollment, suppose you are adding a teacher here. Then here able notify before enrollment, yes, enroll and enrolled users, notify, save changes. Suppose you want to add a particular teacher, the same way you can add the students also. Notification threshold must be at least 1 day. So now just we are adding, if you are adding the students in the same using these instructions, you can add the students. Suppose the role of a participant, we are adding the students, the role of the participant is obviously nothing but a student. Suppose you want to add the course for the students as well as adding some teachers also, the same course can be accessed by more than one teacher. Then you can add some 2 or more participants. Their default role should be teacher only. Either you can do by manually or the same course can be self-enrollment. One self-enrollment is, I already showed no here self-enrollment. This notification will goes to the respective mail IDs. If you are giving the option of, for example, you are giving the option to your colleague as a role of teacher, they can directly click on the site, their role should be a teacher. Suppose the same announcement will be goes to the students with the respect to mail ID. They want to click the mail, they directly comes to the site and their role should be students only.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Right, ma'am.
Do we have any other
Madam, I
questions?
have,
Yes,
hello.
yes, go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
Yes. Yes.
Madam, I have very simple question. When neither
Yes.
teachers would like to spend, nor the student, nor the institute. In this scenario, how much
Yes.
Moodle will be useful for us? Or are there any other very good applications or websites where we can prepare courses for free?
This is completely free only, sir. Actually, I need to agree with you also, because nowadays so many new platforms are came with Bodhi Tree. Now recently this IIT Bombay people are having Bodhi Tree app. With that also we can have the same enrolling the students, completing the lectures, everything. But compared to this Bodhi Tree, this is a very good learning platform, because in one side you can have so many courses adding, At the same time, the participants we are inviting, they can learn the things, sir, whenever they are free. Suppose you even this online, now we are in pandemic situation. This pandemic situation is not still continuing. No? Even the people are in rural areas. They are not supposed to be there continuously from 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock because of their network issues. If this is the site they are having, they can open the site, access the site, study the things, complete the task before the due date, whenever it is accessible for them. It is a very user and friendly platforms.
Ma'am, I'm having one question, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, ma'am, how Google Classroom is differ from this? May I know this?
In this Google Classroom, now I think we are all acquainted with the knowledge of Google Classroom from last 1.5 years. In Google Classroom, same, we are uploading the content. We are supposed to add the students there. Simply, we are creating a code. That code can be shared to the student. They can access the code and they are having the same, like adding the material, completing the quizzes, and reverse the assignments, etc. In Google Classroom, we are having a particular time. Okay, we have to complete the things. This is almost nearer to Moodle, but in Moodle here, they can access the course. We can have number of courses can be added. We can add the participants because in Google Classroom, one key or one code can be accessible for the one respective class of students only. Suppose the same Moodle site, if you want to create one time, in this site only you are adding all the courses periodically, adding the courses, adding the students, enrolling them, awarding the badges, everything. So this is convenient and very good platform. Not every time, only in the Google Classroom you have the option of creating the assignment, creating the quizzes. Whereas come to here, we can have more options of playing games with the academics, not playing games in the sense you can play games Sudoku, you can play games of Wiki, everything with that means they are learning the things by playing itself. It gives more interested even though they are in online. So this is very good platform compared to Google Class. Google Class, only few features are there. You can create, after creating a class, you can have the creation of quiz, creation of assignment, whether it should be in the objective mode, descriptive mode, or adding some material. Apart from that, there is no possibility of adding some badges or adding some certificates. Not everything. You have to manually enroll every time if you want to add the things. Whereas come to this Moodle, once you are having the plugins, in that plugins, managing the activities, whatever the activity you can do, immediately you need to go for conducting a Zoom meeting for them, or you need to give immediate performance of badges. Everything is accessible in Moodle.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Do we have any other questions? Okay, there were few questions in the chat box, ma'am. I'll read out those questions for you.
Yes,
In fact, there are hardly few questions, but there are a lot of appreciation for your session. Many of them have mentioned that the session was very informative. So
thank you, ma'am.
thank you for that. And coming to the questions, we had one question from Dr. Chandan Bora, whether a student need to create an account in Moodle before, no, if you have to add as a faculty, if you have to add them to a particular class, whether students should also have an account.
Means suppose we the teachers adding the course, we are adding the students. If the students can have an account of Moodle like a role of student only, if they are adding means if they are adding like a teacher role, they are not supposed to access the site of getting the material, uploading quizzes, everything is not possible when the role of the participant is a student. They have to follow the instructions given by the teacher and they should manage the things. They are not supposed to create a course here because their roles should be student. They need to follow the instructions given by the instructor.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. So that was the only question which we had. I think there is some problem with the link which is sent. Okay, ma'am, that's all with the questions. Are there any other questions from the participants? Please go ahead with the questions. Anybody wants to tell anything on the session, you can also give a feedback here.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes,
Am I
sir.
audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, first of all, I would like to thank for giving the wonderful session. We get a clear idea, but my question is, if I choosing a free trial means how long the course exists in Moodle, ma'am?
Okay, sir. Actually, this now yesterday only I created this one. In my PPT, I showed no sir mathematicalmethods.genomio.com. That is the course I am using since 2.5 years. Still, it is working. We can add the courses in the respective site. Only thing you need to check randomly our site is alive or not in Genomio. Whereas the same thing if you want to do in moodlecloud.com, that free trial is only up to 15 days. After 15 days, your site will be not able to see and many features are not enabled. Only thing you can go with genomio.com. This is the site you can check it periodically. I am using the site what I shared in my PPT, mathematicalmethods.genomio.com. That I am using since 2.5 years. There I added the courses periodically. Only thing you can check randomly that our site is alive or not.
Alive or not in the sense we just log in and check whether.
Yes, sir.
I mean whether they removed our course or.
No, it should be there only, sir. If you want to add an activity, suppose some information is like outdated, you can add in the same. Suppose some material you need to add in the respective content. Just you can remove the respective content. You can upload some developed like advanced material also. All the things editing should be with you only, sir. The respective instructor.
Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for your answer.
Ma'am, there is one more question.
Excuse me, madam.
Okay, go ahead,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Go ahead.
Yes, excuse me, madam. Myself, Ganesh, working as librarian in Shimoga, Katila Shippai Memorial College. Actually, what you have said was Genomio.com is a cloud-based installation, or we need to do installation, or is already done installation?
No installations are here. Simply you can go with www.genomio.com. There you can go for it. Is asking about the credentials of you need to create an account. Once you created an account, it will comes to your mail ID and there you can register a site like whatever your subject you need to teach depends on your interest. You can register a site. Once your site is registered, the confirmation mail again will comes to you. You can access the site. You are not supposed to install any software or anything. Simply you can go to the
stream also.
Yes, sir. Yes, any topic you can add, sir.
Then what about the content we are uploading, ma'am? Actually, so what happens sometime it will be copyrighted, like some paper articles or some other PDF files, whichever we are updating. Is there any copyright issue we can face later on?
No, sir. Actually, during our regular classroom, we are teaching. No, sir. We are maintaining some notes.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, sir. So that notes you can put it in a Word document or PDF or some material. That material you can directly upload to the respective site so that the students can access very easily. And we also have we don't have any ambiguity of whether this is the question having complete solution or not, because we already taught and our material only we can upload it.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, ma'am, we had one more question from Dr. Anita Shetter. What should be the capacity? Is there any specific capacity for using this Moodle software platform?
Capacity in the sense enrolling the participants or adding the courses?
Dr. Anita, you can unmute yourself and ask the question.
Madam, adding the courses, is there any limit? Like in Gmail, we have 15 GB. Like
No,
if
no,
I
you
use,
can add the you can add many courses, ma'am, because suppose you are a teacher related to engineering stream and you are teaching them all the 4 years. Then for first year, 2 semesters are there. In every semester, you are teaching different subjects. You can add that many courses because that course is not the entire 4 year students are accessing. No, that course is particularly 60 or 120 students are accessing. Similarly, the second semester, you are adding one more course that can be accessed by the remaining students, those who are into that course. You can add any number of courses in the same site. Only thing, in whichever course, whichever students you are adding, respective students only access the course. Even though in your site you are having 8 courses or 10 courses, not everybody should access the courses. The people related to that second year, first year, second semester, only the people can, because you are enrolling in that accordingly, they can only access the course.
okay, as it is a cloud based, I guess there must be some limitation in the cloud, or else
You
it's
can-
absolutely, there is no restriction.
No, you can add number of courses now.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, do we have any other questions? Do we have any other questions? Okay. We haven't received questions so far.
Good evening, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. It was a very interesting one. I was able to enjoy and understand it. This is to the organizers. The feedback link is not opening, madam. It shows is still invalid.
Okay. But
Link,
I don't know.
okay.
I was able to open it every time. I'm getting a response. I'm able to open it. See, even now also I have.
No, I
have
think
posted.
from your side it must be like, because from the attendee side, when we are trying to open it, it is not opening. And
Ma'am,
regarding
sorry to
the
interrupt.
YouTube link, YouTube link is also still not opening. I think you'll be loading it little later, huh?
Yes, we'll load it little later once the recording and other things are done.